Plebby16.
We're phoning it in when we're reacting to the Superman Red Sun. The fucking Cold War era cartoon.
Jesus Christ, dude. What the fuck?
I mean, I'd probably watch it, but...
Yeah, but it doesn't look that great.
Yeah, I mean, I'd watch it once. Probably be a good sleep aid.
Jesus Christ. Are you fucking kidding me, dude?
There's just be one thing to react to. One thing. I don't want to have to sit here and search for things to react to. I can't fake excitement.
I'm not searching for something for you to react to. I'm searching for something for you to tell people not to buy.
That's everything. That's all these little fucking kids. All they want to do is throw money away. Just become a patron. Give me $50 a month, and I'll, tell you you're cool.
Oh, really, Oni-chan?
Yeah, I'll tell you you're cool. Once a day, even $50 a month.
Wow.
You're gonna go spend it on that, that anime set. You're gonna watch it, a couple episodes, and then you're gonna be mad you spent $200 on it.
Wow.
I mean, have you seen all the stuff Neo buys?
You're so edgy.
He can't possibly make himself a better YouTuber by buying all that stuff. He tries. Why don't we fucking record?
Well, actually, I was.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. Like, he tries to make himself a better YouTuber. He tries to fit in. But how are you feel like you're fitting in anymore, buddy?
I'm not trying to fit in with anybody.
Like, I got 4 bookshelves full of anime here.
Yeah.
We got figures all over the place.
Yeah.
And I'm just concerned about you.
Oh, go get the box. Let's open that. Well, really?
You didn't buy anything. Is that from Kieran Hobby?
No.
Oh,
I wish
you didn't
it
get
was.
your thing from Kieran Hobby yet?
No, I didn't get my thing from Kieran Hobby
Oh, you're about 11 months late on that.
Yeah. Yes, they
So
are.
I'm so concerned about. Here's why I'm concerned. I want to just bring this up. You buy so much anime
Mm-hmm.
and so many figures.
I actually don't buy that much anime anymore, but okay.
That you're willing to spend $200 on a figure that you didn't even get.
How was I supposed to know they weren't going to send it? Okay, boomer. How was I supposed to know they weren't going to send it? It's such a facile argument.
I'm just saying, dude.
Please.
Like,
how am I supposed to know they're not going to send it?
I feel like you have gone up to this new plane now where you give money and you don't even get the product anymore.
I just like, yo, take my money.
Take your $200, and I don't care that I didn't receive my Hakune Miku. I'm not gonna call and bitch and moan about it until 10 months after the fact.
I mean, I care. I'm not happy about it. I did call my credit card company, didn't I?
Yeah, only after I badgered you for a month.
You didn't badger me for a month.
I badgered your ass for a month to do it.
Yeah, I emailed them 3 times and I asked them where my product was. They didn't respond any of the 3 times, so I knew there was something up. Yes, you did encourage me to call the credit card company.
More than encourage your ass.
Yeah, you encouraged me, so I did. I'm still waiting to hear back from the credit card company.
Neo's my best customer at my anime store.
Really? Yeah?
He's got thousands of dollars of anime from me, of which I have sent him nothing.
And he's never complained. He's the best customer.
Never complained. He's never complained. He sent me a few emails I haven't responded to, and guess what? He just keeps sending the money.
Actually, I'd be really curious right now if I went on Kieran Hobby and bought a $20 figure.
But it's not.
Okay,
well,
that was in stock. I'd be really curious if they actually would send it. If they'd actually ship it out.
Probably the guy's basement stock,
Yeah.
At his house.
Yeah.
That's what's left in my basement. And
yeah. His basement stock in his house. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh shit.
I will say, I will give him credit. It is a really good. Well, it's not a good scam. It's a really disappointing scam. But it's a really.
It's a good scam.
But somehow
you got taken by it, so it's a good scam.
Well, I didn't get taken by it. I did business with the guys for 10 years. If you actually watched and paid attention to the video, you'd know that. Shows how little attention you actually pay.
No, I watched the video.
It was a goddamn good video,
Good
too.
video.
Yeah, I don't like feeling like I'm being taken advantage of. And the only reason I didn't pursue it sooner was because it took
held out hope.
No, it took about 5 months after the K-On! Figures released for me to receive them.
Oh.
And so I was kind of giving them that leeway with it. And then that's when I started to suspect when we got to the 7 or 8 month mark where I'm like, yeah, I don't think I'm getting this stuff. And that's when I started emailing them. And then I gave them 2 or 3 weeks to respond. I emailed them again. I emailed them a third time. And that was when I went to the bank. And that was what we call the credit card company. So that's how it went down.
Yeah.
We're really stretching for content right now, aren't we?
We are.
Yeah, nothing good to react to. What did we get? Dungeons & Dragons Dark Alliance. That looks like absolute shit. It's an announcement trailer. If that's your fucking
I'm playing Outer Wilds. Does anybody care?
How is it?
It's good.
Yeah?
Sometimes.
What do
It
you
gets
mean?
a little needle in the haystacky.
Are you just not willing to do the work? Or
No, you don't necessarily know where to go for the work.
Oh.
To do the work. That, I think, is the problem. So it's like, I don't mind doing the work. I love exploring the places and stuff. The planets are awesome.
Yeah.
But it's like, sometimes you're like, I wonder where I should go or what I should do. And then you get there and you don't know if you've searched it or not. So you're researching things you've searched before just to try to find one new little thing.
Well, I saw something in one of those pictures on the screen last night. There's still things to find here or whatever.
Yeah.
Is that how you know you still have
Well,
something you need
there's
to get?
that, and then there's other things too that kind of clue you into it. So, but it is a little bit, like, you know, the problem with games like that is they start off with such a massive amount of things to find that for the first 4, 5, 6 hours, you know, you're finding all kinds of stuff, right?
And that gets you,
And it
which
gets you
is
hooked.
what you're known for. It gets
Yeah.
you for a little 2-second beta high.
It gets to them 2-second beta highs, you find something new every time. You're
Yeah.
like, oh, I found some. And then you go a couple runs, you don't find anything new. And you're not sure where to go, and then you still don't find anything new. And then it's like, oh, man. You know, and it starts kind of getting where you're, you know, you get that low-hanging fruit out of there, and then you got to really try to find it.
Well, then you got to climb to the top of the sanctuary to get the last apple.
Yeah. And that's where you need to get a guide.
Well, remember
It's very difficult not to get a guide. I think, you know, a game like that, because it's only a one-time game, right? Like, that's the type of thing, like, once you know what's going to happen and once you've seen the story, you don't replay it, right?
Did you say it had roguelite elements?
I just said it's roguelite because you die every 22 minutes and you just restart from the start.
Nice.
So that, and I kind of like it. Like, you know, and you can just meditate and die and restart. You start you at the same spot every time. You blast off of your ship. You go to one of the planets. A little bit so it's like a very contained No Man's Sky type of thing, right? Like you have 5 planets to explore.
Is there combat in it?
Nope.
So that's probably why you like it.
I do like it. I love the premise of the game. It's a really neat game, but it forces you to kind of make your own assumptions about where to go and what to do. And then when you get there and you don't accomplish anything, you're not sure if you should keep going there to keep seeing if there's something to accomplish. And that's kind of where, for me, it's like I kind of wish like everything that you do in the world would be in stasis, right? Like it would stay throughout each loop, right?
Yeah.
I kind of wish. So it is a little challenging to know what you've done and what you haven't done.
That'd be nice.
And what you need to do and what you don't need to do. So that's kind of my biggest complaint about it. But the actual game, I think, I do like it just from a conceptual standpoint, and it is so different that, you know, I'm kind of sucked into it.
Yeah.
You know, just some random little game I'm playing on the Game Pass. You know, that's that gripping.
Well, when we first looked
know?
at Outer Wilds last year when it was first announced, I knew right away it would be a game that you'd want to play. So the graphics and everything about it scream you.
Yeah, graphics for me on it, the planets are really beautiful, and some of the areas in the planets are really beautiful, and then there's some of the stuff that I think is just kind of ugly and okay, you know, and then some of the movements a little challenging to control.
True. You are in space.
Yeah, so it does have those elements of that type of tedium to it, but the actual game design to have this world that's basically taking place over a 22-minute period in real time, going from life to death in 22 minutes, right, every cycle, and having the planets rotating and different things happening on those planets in the 22 minutes is really neat.
Cool.
That is really cool. So, I mean, just from that standpoint, the game is phenomenal. You know, absolutely phenomenal.
You want to know what I've been playing?
What?
Guess what I've been playing?
What?
What have I been playing?
The Witcher 3.
I have been.
Why?
Because it was a game that I bought initially just to test the strength of my PC, and I never really gave it the time it deserved. So I'm about, I would say, 10 to 12, maybe a little bit more hours in. I just finished the Baron storyline quest, where you fight all the creatures in the swamp, and you fight the Fiend and all that shit. No, not Bray Wyatt, the actual creature, the Fiend. The thing that's on the cover with, like, the deer head with the horns and shit. I just fought the Fiend. And, just kind of letting myself go in that game a little bit. And just kind of been playing more games that I want to play lately. So that's kind of what I've been playing. I know you had a pretty long stint with it a while back on Xbox.
I did play it for quite a bit.
I think I'm level 9 or level 10 right now. And I'm really enjoying it. The only thing I don't like is the heinous amount of very obvious level gating. Mm-hmm. I just don't care for it. But that's okay. I'm playing it. I am enjoying my time with it. And maybe I'll get some little clips here and there to share, but that's about it. What else are you doing?
Well, that's pretty much what I've been playing the last week.
You play anything else though?
Yeah.
You finished Children of Morta. You finished Jedi Fallen Order.
Yep. And I got...
what about Nuclear Throne?
Nuclear Throne.
Now that game just fell off the face of the earth. You were doing runs on that every night like a fucking madman.
Well, now I'm doing runs in Outer Wilds.
Oh, yeah.
So...
Well, I'll tell you what. Before we go to dinner, I'm just going to have a couple runs in The Witcher. And then we'll go, okay?
Nuclear Throne, I play as steroids. Once you play as steroids, you can never play as anybody else.
Is that the dual wield?
Yeah. It's hard to play as somebody else after you play as him.
Really felt like a strong character.
Yeah, he is. He's cool. Very cool character. Level 7 Little Hunters as far as I got. I've killed Little Hunter one time. Got into the labs one time. It's the furthest I've ever been.
How far from the actual Nuclear Throne were you?
A couple levels.
Couple levels?
Yeah.
Well, it's not bad.
No, it's not too bad. But I think for me in that game, there just isn't enough unlocks. Like, it is a really cool game, and I like it, but I'm just talking from an overall perspective. Like, you don't feel like you hit the wall, right, with that game. If you don't get the right mutations, you don't get the right weapon drops, you don't get certain things to line up, you're done. Like, you're done. You make one mistake, one of those little balls of freaking...
Yeah, it's like 4 damage.
It's 3 damage out of your 8, which is crazy.
Yeah.
So you have one mistake and you're done. And you don't get, give this character extra health to start the run. Give this character extra this to start the run. Blah, blah, blah. You don't get any of that type of stuff. There's no upgrading. There's no progression.
Well, the upgrades are inner level upgrades.
They're inner level upgrades, but there's nothing permanent.
You were probably looking for more of that.
So
more Children of Morta-y.
Yeah, I need something in my roguelites. I have to have something permanent. It doesn't have to be a lot.
What about character unlocks?
Yeah, you find one character you like, and that's the only guy you want to play as.
True.
So for me, character unlocks aren't that big a deal, and that I think is my concern with like Risk of Rain. I was looking at Risk of Rain 2, thinking about getting that, but on PS4 we have played it on the PC, not since they've released a lot of the new content, so I wouldn't mind going back to that.
Yeah, we could have a game night with that.
But I think. You look at some of the roguelites that only do either character unlocks or inner level unlocks or item unlocks. That's kind of my concern with Binding of Isaac, which is a game I'm hoping to get for Christmas, is you get item unlocks, right? But you don't get a lot of permanent progression upgrades, necessarily.
So what do you mean by that? You mean like health, defense?
Things you start with, yes. Extra health, extra defense. I like that stuff in my roguelites. I like to feel like everything I do matters.
Well, to be fair, one thing that you do unlock in Nuclear Throne, if I'm correct, you feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, is golden weapons.
Yeah, and yes, you can get golden weapons. It's a random thing. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. And, so... There's that.
Okay.
So you can bring back some golden weapons and have different starting weapons, but still, by the time you're into the second stage, you're usually getting something else anyway.
Something better.
So without some sort of health upgrade or boost like that, you for people that are not spectacularly skilled, right, or willing to beat their head against the wall for 50 hours until they get skilled, there is a kind of a, you know, point where you're just like, okay, this is probably as good as I'm going to get, probably as good as I'm going to do. On to the next thing.
For sure.
So that's kind of my thoughts on games like that. So, not to say it's not good, not to say I haven't had fun with it. You know, not to say I have not had fun with it. I only paid $12 for it. I've got 20, 30, 40 hours on it. So.
I do hear a lot of, and I'm quoting, cock suck!
Yeah.
Getting shouted upstairs.
Well, it's like, because you know you made a mistake. Shouldn't be getting hit, and you get hit.
Yeah.
You know, I've died hundreds of times from getting blown up. Right?
Yeah.
Having perfect runs, and I get blown up. Hundreds of times from being in a good spot and, you know, just getting hit by a stray bullet that you don't expect. That type of thing. So.
It gets annoying after a while.
So there is that. You know, it is a very challenging game.
For sure.
To beat. Until you really, I think, know what you're doing. And almost like from a muscle memory standpoint.
Yeah, almost like a godlike reaction time.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
It's tough. But, that being said, I still have enjoyed my time with it. And Outer Wilds kind of the same thing, right? You're beating your head against the wall. You've done 3-4 runs. You haven't found anything new. You're not sure where to go. You're not sure if you're going in the right places. And so it's like, okay, you don't want to pull up the guides, right? That's my problem with some of these games. Like, you don't want to pull up the guides, but then it's like, okay, same with Abduction, right? Another type of game like that where it's like, you found a few things early on, you're making good progress, and then you get into like, okay, you got a couple of puzzles, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, I don't even know where they're going with this. How long am I willing to run around in circles? So.
True.
Yeah.
True.
That is my issue.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if you actually get through the Outer Wilds. Let me know if you do. And I actually kind of be curious when you get through Nuclear Throne what you thought of it as a whole once you've actually completed it, if you do. If you can get through it.
Well, let's not count on it.
Anything else you want to talk about?
No, those are the two games I've been playing. Got a lot of other things on the Game Pass. I see Guacamelee 2's on there that I want to check out.
Is that 2 players or just 1 player on the
system? 2 players, apparently.
Oh.
Overcooked 2's on there.
Yeah, are you trying to learn to be a chef again?
And there was a few other things on there I wanted to play. Astroneer's on there.
Oh, cool. Yeah, you had a boner for that when it was first announced.
I did, but I've never played it, and I'm not sure.
Could be your chance to play it. Yeah. Could be a good chance to play it, too.
Get the itch out of me.
Yeah, I'd play it.
Ashen's on there, too.
Yeah. Well, if you're going to play Ashen, you're going to play it on Game Pass. You're not buying it for $40.
Yeah, no, $40 outrageous for that. So, I might try some of those.
Yeah. I'm playing The Witcher 3 and Iceborne, just doing the new content. That's about it.
So, yeah.
That's it.
That's all we've been playing.
Nothing else.
It's kind of a slow time. Actually finding some games that are a lot of fun, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, it's kind of sad. It's kind of sad when the most fun we've had with playing games is with older games.
Yeah.
Yeah, or games that weren't released this year. Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously, Iceborne still is special for me, but I've been having a blast with The Witcher 3.
Mm-hmm.
So, kind of disappointing.